The Triple G Stevens fight has naturally been the talk of late, and we all know what happened in this fight. So no need for 10 players to say much about this one in this story. Unfortunately, the real talk should be about the Mike Perez Magomed Abdusalamov fight. Hope we pronounced that shit right. Magomed ended up having brain surgery following the discovery of a brain clot. Serious shit. Naturally, he's taken to the hospital after the fight to be tended to. He's already suffering from a broken hand, nose, and a shitload of swelling on the side of his face which occurred from the fight. When doctors discover a small blood clot on his brain, so they perform minor brain surgery. Now this is a fighter that was supposedly doing fine after surgery, and being looked at by the doctors. But after a few hours passed, he starts complaining of headaches and nausea. So he's put in a medically induced coma for his own safety. In 10 players' view, this should be bigger talk than Triple G Stevenson. We just talked about possible opponents for Bradley, and mentioned him possibly having too much heart, in which we said that maybe having heart is doing what Alvarado did. We're those crazy graphics motherfuckers. The ones always giving you images. We do this shit so you can get a visual feel for shit. Sometimes in fun, sometimes for serious reasons. We love straight up talk, but sometimes we want to give you the visual impact of shit. You see, we actually had an image of Bradley in a somewhat bad position, just so fans could get the reality of shit when something goes wrong. But we didn't want to put that image in the heads of fight fans, or take the slim chance of his family ever seeing some shit like that. Respect. But every time we hear talk about Bradley, this slurring speech for 2 months enters our fucking heads. Because there's something people don't get. They see a fighter fight a decent fight after shit like that, and they think he's in the clear. He is. As long as his ass doesn't get hit much. You see, once you break the seal on a jar of pickles, you can tighten that shit back up. But it doesn't take much to loosen the lid again, and have pickle juice spilling all over the place. So it's serious shit. So why'd we say maybe Hart is doing what Alvarado did? We'll tell you. Because if you ever have to be fed through a straw, the fans you're trying to prove you have heart for, sure as fuck won't be feeding you. Or wiping your drool. Nor will Max Kellerman. This shit was no different from the Bradley Provodnikov fight. It's just with big boys. And the HBO brainwashing continued. What a great fight. Okay. So we know many fight fans thought it was great. We respect that. But we thought it was fucking shit. 2 blobbish motherfuckers with no defense or head movement beating the shit out of each other like Rocky. We keep saying we don't see what other people see. No sweet science in the least. At one point Mike Perez stuck his tongue out. Guess he watched B-Hop's last fight. But Mike Perez ain't no heavyweight B-Hop. Do that during a Tyson uppercut and your tongue will be on the fucking canvas. Then they're doing the same shit they did with Seth Mitchell. Talking about how good they are. And with all that we're telling you, neither of these guys are beating a Klitschko or David Haye unless they do some serious improving. Vladimir was in the audience. Obviously there for Triple G, while taking a look at who he might possibly lean his big ass body on, control, and knock the fuck out next. Apparently 10 players is the only one who saw Mike Perez on wobbly legs too. But we hope both of these fighters end up alright. And that fighters start taking defense more seriously. Put up your fucking hands. Stevens took a beating. But he tried to defend himself. Watching these 2 heavies was like watching fucking Homer Simpson. And sure the fuck wasn't worth brain surgery. The biggest money name in the game keeps saying there's nothing cool about taking punishment. We hope more fighters start listening, and hope both of these guys are alright, because Mike Perez took a fucking beating too. And we hope if Bradley is ever getting hit too much, they throw in the towel for his own safety. Perhaps he wants to prove something to the world. Or remembers when they didn't pick him for the team in recess. Or maybe the bully in first grade called him a shrimp, and he never forgot. And ever since he's been trying to prove how worthy he is. Fuck all that bullshit. That's not a damn warrior. Warriors fight wars. That's just an athlete being stupid. Take that boxing shit on the battlefield, and we'll bury you. So to all fight trainers, naturally your fighter wants to win. But sometimes you've gotta watch his back so he'll fight another day. Or so his family and kid can have a dad that actually functions. And too many refs are a joke. They let fights continue that need to be stopped, and stop fights that need to continue. 10 players loves the fight game, but in the end, it's just a sport. So corners, watch out for your fighters. Because not all of them are Alvarado. And fighters, watch out for yourselves. Because sometimes your trainers want it more than you. But they're not the ones getting punched upside the fucking head, or apparently teaching you decent defense.